Hi everyone, this is Karen. Thank you so much for joining today. We're going to be moving through a yoga practice, and if you do happen to have a yoga block, it can be really helpful for today's practice. If you don't worry, but if you do have a block or something that you could use as a block, then have that nearby. And you can use that for now even to just sit up, prop it underneath your hips so that your hips are a little bit higher than your knees. And we'll be starting in a seated position on the mat. So either way, just find a comfortable position to sit. And today we're going to focus in on our fifth chakra. And a reminder that the chakra system is a system of energy in our bodies that can really accelerate our own personal growth. These can be centers for our own emotional, mental, physical, spiritual integration and wholeness, and really accelerate our own experience of growth and our own happiness. So when we're thinking about the fifth chakra is all about our communication. So you can examine your own patterns of communication. Do you impose your truth on others, or do you hold back from speaking up? The fifth chakra is also all about listening. In a fluid communication, we are both receiving and also transmitting. The fifth chakra also invites us to examine our own internal dialogue in the sense of how we are talking even to ourselves. The chakra is located in the throat, and we'll be working through the neck and the shoulders today. And you can associate that fifth chakra with the bright aquamarine blue color. So let's start seated. Really find your sits bones grounding down onto the floor, the block, and place your hands down. Just take a moment to get settled and just to bring yourself into your space today. We'll start by placing our hands on our throat lightly, bringing the right hand to the throat and the left hand over. We're going to take some breaths here, and on the exhale, making a sound in your throat. So it can be a sound or any sound that you'd like to make that creates a vibration or a resonance there in the throat. We're going to do this 3 times together. So take a big breath in through the nose. You can close your eyes if you like on your exhale. Make a sound and feel that vibration through the throat. Take another breath in. Make a sound on your exhale. Good, and one more. Take a big breath in, filling up with air. Exhale, hear that sound in the throat. Very good, and then relax your arms down. Bring the hands down on the thighs. Take a moment to let that settle. Good. Let's go ahead and bring the arms behind and clasp your hands behind you, creating this nice shoulder loop, nice shoulder stretch. Now stay lifted up through the torso, through the chest. Pull your lower belly in, and then stretch your shoulders back, keeping the back of the neck long. Take a deep breath here. Take another deep breath in, full breath, count to 3 with your inhale. On your exhale, bend your elbows and bring your hands over on your right waist. So hands still clasped, bring the hands to the right waist. Take an inhale breath, feel that lift up through the chest. And then drop your right ear down towards your right shoulder to feel that nice stretch through the left side of your neck. And make sure you're not collapsing downwards through the chest, but keep that nice lift. And let's take 3 breaths here together. 3 full, even breaths. Breathing in for 3 counts. And out. Breathing in and out. Last breath. And out. Good, and move the neck around a little bit. That feels good. And then release. Bring the hands back again. Take an inhale breath. On your exhale, bring your hands over to your left side waist. Take an inhale breath. Find that nice length up through your chest, sternum. Root down through your sit bones. And bring left ear to left shoulder. Until you feel that nice stretch along the right side of the neck. Let's take our 3 deep breaths here, full and even and slow. Starting to feel the sides of the neck soften. Inhale. Exhale. Noticing if one side might feel a little tighter than the other. Very normal. One more breath. Full and deep exhale. Move the neck around a little bit if you like. And then release. Release your arms down on, hands down on your thighs. Take a moment, settle in. Feel any sensation in the shoulders. And then take the right arm, bring it across the body, and use your left arm, your left elbow to create some stretch here through the arm, shoulder. Now if you notice your right shoulder creeping up towards your right ear, draw that right shoulder back again. Really plug that shoulder down and back. 3 deep breaths. And starting to focus on our Ujjayi breath, that breath through the back of the throat, making that breath audible to yourself. Making that breath the loudest thing in the room. One more breath. And release your right arm. Let's do the left. Bring the left arm over. Hook it with your right arm. And then deliberately plug that left shoulder down and back. So it has that tendency to creep upwards. Plug the shoulder down and back. And breathe deep breaths. Breathing in Ujjayi breath. Starting to free up some space here in the shoulders, in the neck. We hold so much stress and tension in those areas. Spending some time focusing on that region of the body. Good, and release. Left arm down. Very nice. Hands to thighs. Taking again that 3-part, really slow, even, full breath with both arms. Inhale and stretch your arms all the way up. Count to 3 on your inhale. On your exhale, press down and away. Create resistance. Nice and slow. Good. Inhale, 3-part. 1, 2, 3. Stretch up. Exhale. Slow and even. Synchronizing the breath. One more. Inhale. Stretch the arms up. And this time, I'd like you to clasp, interlace your hands, and then press the hands, palms up towards the ceiling. Stretch the arms up. And then from here, make sure that you're still plugging your shoulders back down. Notice how the shoulders want to creep up towards your ears. Draw, glide the shoulders back. As you inhale, lift up through your chest. Exhale, draw the biceps back. Inhale, lift through the chest. Exhale, draw the biceps back. And good. And from here, listen closely. This is a little different. You're going to bring your right hand on top of your head with your palm up and your left hand placing down on top of the right. So palms touching with your right palm up. Now right away, draw the shoulders down and back. Just continue to notice that tendency of the shoulders to creep up towards the ears. Take an inhale breath. With your exhale, plug the sits bones down, the shoulders down the back, and start to press up with resistance through the right palm. So the left palm pressing down as the right palm presses up. All the while anchoring the shoulders back and down. There's a lot of work if you're really creating that resistance and really pressing the shoulders down the back. Keep pressing until the arms are straight. Let's take an inhale breath here. Exhale, shoulders back and down. Deep breath. Shoulders down. One more deep breath. Anchor shoulders down. Good, and release. Arms down. A lot of work, right? For doing it right. A lot of energy you can release there in the shoulders. Let's do it again. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, the arms down. Inhale, arms up. Nice and slow, even. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, arms up. This time, clasp the hands. Stretch the palms up. And send the shoulders down and back. Deep breath. Inhale, send the chest up. Exhale, biceps back. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, biceps back. Good, and then let's switch hands. So left hand on top of the head, palm up. Right hand on top. Sits bones press down, pull the lower belly up and in, and then press up through the left hand, press down through the right. And notice what the shoulders do. Maybe stop halfway, make sure the shoulders are creeping up. Draw them down the back. And then press up and away. Feel that resistance, shoulders down. And the arms are straight. Take an inhale breath. And exhale. Shoulders down. Inhale. Exhale, shoulders down. One more, inhale. Shoulders down. Very nice, and release. Ooh, arms down, a lot of work, right? And release. Take a moment and just feel into the shoulders. Feel that sensation in the shoulders. And then we'll remove the block for now if it's underneath you. Place it off to the side. And coming into our cat-cow position with your wrists underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. We're going to do the cat-cow a little bit differently today, integrating in our lion's breath. So the lion's breath is out of the mouth as you stick your tongue out. Making a loud noise with your exhale, great way to release any communication that was unspoken, even any aggression that you're holding on to, any anger. We're going to start the cat-cow by inhaling, and this time rounding the spine, pulling the belly in, inhaling. And as you exhale, arching the spine and letting the breath out of the mouth. And that's the lion's breath. Inhale, pull the belly in, press away, round and through the spine. Exhale, your lion's breath. Good, inhale. Exhale, lion's breath, make your sound. Good, it feels a little silly at first, but it's actually a really nice way of releasing through the throat. Inhale, exhale. Good, one more, inhale. Exhale. Nice, come to neutral spine. And we're gonna send the hips up, downward facing dog. And feel free to take a wide downward facing dog if you'd like. Move the feet. Start to walk the feet, one and then the other. And I want you to really focus in on your head and your neck here. So feel the back of the neck long, feel the throat long, feel those areas that we have created some sound and some resonance in already in our practice. And just see if you can feel into that space for a moment here in your down dog. Experiment with the placement of your head, softening through the neck. And then bringing the feet so that they're, again, hip width distance. Look forward. Step your right foot forward in a low lunge. So drop your back knee, drop the back foot down onto the floor. And inhale and bring your arms up overhead. Deep breath. Good, and we're gonna circle the arms back and around and clasp them behind the head, right at the nape of your neck. So creating a cradle there for the back of the neck. And just allowing yourself to drop the head slightly back, if that's okay with the neck, pressing the neck slightly back into the hands and the hands into the neck. Drawing the chest up. And then energetically sending your left knee forward, squeezing the inner thighs. So working hard here through the core, through the inner thighs. As you create that expansion through the chest, through the throat. Deep breath. One more deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good. And sweep the arms down, either side of your foot. Step the left foot forward. So the feet are about hip width distance from each other. Hang down for a moment. Soften through the head, through the neck. So we take an inhale, halfway lift, feel the throat long, feel the back of the neck from the hairline long. And exhale, soften and fold, bend the knees, and press with the hands if you like. Good, inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the back of the neck. Feel all that space there. Exhale, fold. Last one, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Good, release the hands, sweep the arms back, down, and all the way up. And then exhale, bring the hands all the way down to heart center. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Exhale it out of the mouth, lion's breath. Good, and release the hands down. Good, circle the arms down, around and up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And step your right foot back, low lunge, other side, drop the back knee, drop the back foot. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Good, and then circle the arms around to the back, right at the nape of your neck, your occipital bone there, back at the nape of your neck. clasping the hands, creating some support there, creating some resistance. Your head back in your hands pressing into the back of the skull here. And then again, energetically sending your right knee forward to create the engagement through the inner thighs to keep the hips nice and square. Let's breathe deeply here. Feel that breath in the throat. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Good. And release the hands. Bring the hands forward to frame the foot. And step the foot back. Downward facing dog. Deep breath. Feel the length here again through the throat, through the back of your neck. Good, and come forward into plank here, pulling the navel in towards the spine, pressing back through the feet, really firing up through the legs. Breathing in, holding here. Breathing in, hold. One more breath. Good, and then lower down knees, tops of the feet, and then chin and chest. And really exaggerate here as you bring your chin and your chest down. Pause for a moment, feel that stretch through the front of the throat. And then inhale, press forward, come up into your low cobra. Press your hips down into the ground, press your feet down into the ground. Lift up. Good, and exhale. Press back, downward facing dog. Soften through the sides of the neck. Plant your left foot, inhale, stretch your right leg up towards the sky. Bend the knees, stack the hips, open up through the hips. And breathe, Ujjayi breath in the throat, make the breath audible. Good, straighten the leg again. Send your knee towards your nose. And step forward, the right foot. Bringing the back foot on the ground. We can take a pretty wide stance here, coming up into our warrior one. So make sure that the hips can stay square, so you can bring your left foot out as much as you need to keep your hips square. Nice bend through your right leg. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And our lion's breath here. Take an inhale breath. Out of the mouth. Inhale. Out of the mouth. One more. Inhale. Out of the mouth. Good. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, bend the elbows, create some resistance here. Inhale, open up through the chest. Exhale, coming into our eagle arms, bring your right arm underneath your left. Now draw the shoulders down and back. You can grab your wrist here if you need to, or work the palms close. Draw the shoulders down the back. Start to bring the elbows up. And then tuck the chin in. So you feel that nice stretch through the back of your neck here. Bowing into yourself. Feeling the stretch through the back of the neck. Let's take 3 deep breaths here. Keeping that nice bend through the right knee. Keeping the shoulders down the back. One more deep breath. Bring the head back to neutral. Just feel all that space through the back of the neck. Release the arms. Sweep the arms around and then down to frame the foot. Step the right foot back, downward facing dog. And again, soften the neck. Feel the space through the back of the neck. Take a deep breath. Inhale, stretch the right leg up again. Exhale, this time just bring the knee to nose and pause. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, knee to nose. Then step forward. And this time you want to line up the heel with your back arch. The back foot in about 45 degrees. Coming into our side angle, nice and slow. Go ahead and bring your left hand on your left waist. And then rest your right elbow against your right knee. Now I want to focus here on finding the nice space and alignment of the neck and the throat. So we don't often think in this position about neck and throat. Now find that energetic alignment from the back leg all the way up through the neck and throat and through the crown of the head. So feel in for that nice alignment first. Maybe experiment with where your head is in space. Feel into that nice alignment, and then if you like, you can add that left arm, stretching it up and over. Keeping that nice space and length through the neck. Let's take some deep breaths here. Remember, you can have the best alignment in the world, but if you're not breathing, and we're not creating that practice of yoga. Deep breath in. Good. And release the hands to frame the foot. Pop up on the back heel. Come into downward facing dog. Come forward into your plank. Take a deep breath here. And lower down knees. Chin and chest. You might pause for a moment there. Feel that stretch in the throat. Inhale, low cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Then plant the right foot, stretch your left leg up, bend the knees, stack the hips. Stretch the leg up, exhale, knee to nose, and then step forward. Warrior one, set up your back foot 45 degrees, nice wide stance across the mat. And then inhale, sweep the arms up. Preparing for our lion's breath here. Big full inhale. Out of the mouth. Inhale. Really releasing out of the throat. Good. One more inhale. Out of the mouth. Very nice. Inhale. Extend the arms up. Exhale, bend the elbows, create some resistance. Inhale, open through the chest. Exhale, left arm under right. Create your eagle arms. Good. First, set up the shoulders down and back. Again, lift the elbows slightly up. And draw the chin into your chest. Bowing in. Focus on the back of the neck long. Keeping the legs strong and engaged, that nice deep bend in the left leg. Breathing, Ujjayi breath. One more big breath in. And out. Good, release the head, feel all that space. Relax the arms down. Sweep the arms up. And frame the foot, pop up on the back foot. Send the left foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale, stretch your left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, stretch it up. Exhale, knee to nose, step forward. This time, line up your heel with your arch of your right foot. Bring your right hand to right waist. Start to spin and rotate open your chest. Left elbow to knee, and then again, just experiment with the throat here and the neck, finding that alignment and space. Feeling that stays really long and aligned from the back leg all the way up through the throat and through the crown of the head. Find that longest line of energy that you can. You can stay here with hand on hip or stretch, extend right arm. And breathe, inhale. Exhale, finding that smooth and even breath. Inhale. Exhale, make the breath loud. One more, inhale. Exhale. Good. And release, sweep the hands back down. Step the foot back. Downward facing dog, take a deep breath. Soften the space around the sides of the neck, the jaw. Come forward into plank. Fire up the legs, fire up the belly, the core. Hold and breathe. Find the strength, fire it up. Breathe through the throat here. Nice Ujjayi breath. Good, lower down knees. Chin and chest, pause. Stretch through the throat here. Good, inhale and come forward. And just pause for a moment here. I'm gonna reach back and clasp the hands this time. So you want the heel of the hands together if you can. Start to stretch the arms back. Really press your hips down into the floor. Press your feet into the floor, both at your pinky toe and your big toe. Take an inhale breath. And lift your chest up off the floor. Continue to press your hips down to protect your lower back. And imagine your tailbone lengthening down and back. Stretching as you reach the arms back behind you. Breathing here, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. And lower all the way down. Very nice. And then bring the hands out to either side. And press yourself back into a child's pose. Now if you have that block handy, you can bring your block underneath you long ways. So heel to heel, long ways. We're going to use that in a moment if you have it. If you don't have one, no worries. Just coming into child's pose. And in child's pose, touch the big fingers, bend the elbows, create that diamond shape so the shoulders can completely relax here. Soften and rest your forehead. And again, feel into, bring your attention to the area of your neck and your throat. And visualize that bright blue aquamarine color in the throat. And visualizing that center of communication. Maybe feeling for what you may have released so far in the practice with those big lying breaths. It can be a great release of aggression or any stored energy of communication in the throat. Just feeling into that space. Take another deep breath. And then slowly walk your hands back towards your knees to sit up. We're sitting here on the block if you have one. So again, that block is long ways in between your heels. And if you don't have a block, could either, if you can, just sit down all the way here in Vidrasana. But often that can be too much in the knees, so you can also just sit down on your knees, bringing the feet together. And again, if you have a block, just separating that block and sitting down on the block here. You want the knees to be facing straight forward, so extending right out of your hips, not too wide, and not touching. And start just with your hands on your thighs. And then with the fingertips facing forward, I'm going to start to bring the hands down to the feet and then behind and coming back a couple of inches until you feel that nice opening through the shoulders and through the chest. And then starting to lift the chest upwards. And then just experimenting with where the head and neck are. So for some of you, you might be able to release the head back and feel that nice stretch through the front of the throat. If that's too much in the neck, then feel free to just look forward or even look down the center line of the body and just focus on that nice stretch through the shoulders. Keeping the chest lifted so you're not collapsing downwards through the chest. Chest up, press down into the knuckles. Keep the shoulders down and back. Let's take a couple of deep breaths here. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. And out. And then very slowly making your way back up. And bringing your hands again on your thighs. Let's take a breath here. And just feel into that space in the shoulders, any sensations there in the shoulders. Good, and for our next pose, you can either move into that same pose again, or move into our camel pose. So standing up on your knees. You can feel free to lift the heels up off the ground here to start. Bring the arms around, place them on your lower back with your fingertips facing upwards. And if you like to use your mat to create a little bit more cushion for your knees, you can fold your mat over, creating more cushion there on the knees. Take an inhale breath and lift up through your chest. With your exhale, press your hips forward, your tailbone down and back. And you can stay right here. Or if it's okay, you can start to let the head again drop all the way back. Continuing to press the hips forward, your tailbone down and long. And then some of you may be able to reach back and grab for your heels. And that's an option to grab the heels. And if you really want to go for it, you can place the tops of the feet down on the ground, grabbing for the heels, letting the head drop back. You feel it out if it's okay for the neck. You might stay with your hands on your hips and looking forward. Just playing with that lift up through the chest, or if it's too much in the lower back, then do the pose we did before, sitting back down on the heels. Take a couple more breaths. And then to come up safely, bring the hands to the hips first, and then come up the same way that you went in, nice and slow. Very nice, and let's go ahead, sit back down on the block, if you've got it, or just bring the feet together and sit back down. And bring your hands on your thighs. Take a couple of deep integrating, resting breaths. Feel the effects of the pose in your body, that big backward bend, big opening through the upper chest and the shoulders. Maybe the throat. And just tune in to all that space, that length through both the front and the back of your neck now. And moving into a gentle twist. Bring the left hand on your right knee and bring your right hand back behind you. Take an inhale breath, find length. And exhale, start to twist. But don't take it to your maximum. I want you to really stay focused on feeling into all that length through the front of the neck, through the sides of the neck. Maintaining that big ujjayi breath in the throat. And continuing to feel that line of energy running up through the throat and all the way up through the crown of the head. Feeling into that spaciousness. Take an inhale breath. Maybe twisting a little bit deeper. Good, and release. Let's twist to the other side. Bringing the right hand to the left knee. The left hand behind. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale and twist. Not taking it all the way. Staying gentle with the twist so that you're really staying focused on all of that length and space. Breathing deeply and fully. 3 count in and 3 count out. 1 more breath, inhale. Exhale and twist. And release. Nice, hands to knees. Go ahead and remove the block. And bring the knees and the feet together. Sitting down on the knees, preparing for rabbit pose. Stretching the opposite direction as camel, getting a nice stretch through the back of the neck now. Pull the lower belly in, start to round the spine, round all the way down onto your forehead. Comes as close as you can to the knees, the top of the head to the floor. And then reach back around for the heels. Take a deep breath and lift hips up. As you pull on your heels, feel that nice stretch through the whole back of the neck. Keeping a nice grip on the heels, pulling the belly in. Tucking the chin to the chest, you feel that nice stretch through the back of the neck. Pressing the shins, the legs down into the ground as you lift the hips up. Breathing deeply. One more breath, breathing in. And exhale to come down hips to heels. See if you can roll your way up. Nice and slow, bring the chin up last at the end. Feel all that space through the front, through the back of the neck. Sit up tall, attune to that fifth chakra, right? In the very center of your throat. And go ahead, send the hips off to the side and extend the legs out in front of you. Stretch the arms forward, pull the belly in, and come all the way down onto your back. Preparing for our bridge pose. Scoot your heels up so they're just grazing your fingertips. Lower back flush on the floor to start. Press your hands down into the floor. Take an inhale breath and lift, send your hips up. And now reach underneath you and clasp your hands. And then start to walk one shoulder, then the other underneath you. And creating a little shelf for your heart with your shoulders. If you've got your block and you want to use that block here in between your thighs, that can be a nice way to keep that inner engagement of your inner thighs. Otherwise, just make sure you're actively squeezing and pressing your inner thighs together. It can be a great posture for the thyroid. Keeping the legs nice and strong as you lift up through the hips. Take another breath. Good, and slowly release. Come all the way down. And set the block aside. And then bring one knee in, then the other. Hug the knees in, and we rock side to side, releasing the low back. Coming into happy baby, reaching for the outsides of the feet, or maybe reaching for the thighs if you can't reach for the feet. Just creating one more release here for the lower back. We're rocking here side to side. And then one more time, bringing the knees into the chest, giving them a little squeeze, Knees into chest. And then releasing the feet, releasing the legs. Preparing for Shavasana here. Bringing the hands to the throat again, the right hand, then the left on the throat gently. And let the eyes close. We'll make our humming sound again in the throat. 3 breaths with your inhale. Breathe in deeply. Hum through the exhale. Experiment with feeling that vibration. Inhale, breath. Exhale and hum. Good, and last one, take a big breath in. Hum with the breath. Good, and then release the hands to the heart for a moment. And you can stay here in Shavasana, or of course let the arms just relax down by your side if that's more comfortable. And we'll take some moments here to rest. And allowing yourself to soften to the floor. Allowing yourself to listen deeply to your body's sensations. starting to wiggle fingers and toes. And starting to deepen the breath again. And turning over to lay on your right side in a fetal position. Let your cheek rest on your arm for a moment. And then push yourself up with your left hand back up into seated to close our practice. Bringing the hands together for a moment, rubbing the hands together, tuning to your body and physical sensation. And then bringing the hands to your heart center, gently bowing your chin into your chest. And sending yourself a moment of gratitude, of self-love and appreciation for taking the time today to practice. And wishing you a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste.